In the Donbass region, 2 Russian soldiers were seen attempting to transport ammunition using a wheelbarrow. An FPV drone operated by the Ukrainian armed forces was quickly deployed in response. Upon spotting the incoming drone, the soldiers immediately retreated from the area. The drone conducted a targeted strike on the ammunition-loaded wheelbarrow, resulting in a powerful explosion. On one of the active sectors, aerial scouts spot a vehicle transporting enemy troops. An FPV drone is launched on an intercept course. It closes in head-on, forcing the driver into sudden evasive maneuvers. The strike lands with force, sending the vehicle off balance and into a crash. One passenger is thrown from the rear as the vehicle loses control. Reconnaissance footage documents the entire sequence, from the moment the target entered view, through the impact, and finally to the wreckage left behind. A group of Ukrainian soldiers surrounded a house on all sides, putting the enemy under immense pressure. Panicked and fearing for their lives, those inside surrendered. The Ukrainian troops showed great bravery and executed the operation with precision. Their flawless coordination left no chance of escape. Every move was calculated, every step marked by determination. What was once a secure shelter quickly turned into a prison for the enemy. This victory stands as a powerful testament to Ukraine's strength and resilience. Another Russian soldier was spotted moving near a roadside path, attempting to sneak back to his positions. Unaware that a drone was already tracking him, he continued forward. Once he heard the approaching noise, he tried to flee, but the FPV was faster, closing the distance in seconds and striking directly. On the battlefield, even the faintest sound of a drone overhead is enough to shatter any sense of safety. A group of enemy troops attempts to cross a destroyed bridge on foot. They believe the ruins will provide cover, but Ukrainian operators are monitoring closely. At the decisive moment, an FPV drone dives into their path, striking directly and halting the group. The collapsed bridge becomes yet another failed crossing point. Archival footage shows a Ukrainian FPV drone disabling a key enemy logistics bridge. Prior to the strike, Ukrainian special forces had placed charges beneath the structure, weakening it. The drone completes the mission, triggering explosives that bring down the span. Shortly afterward, enemy troops attempting to use the crossing panic and scatter. Follow-up drone strikes disrupt the stragglers, preventing any further movement. Another soldier is caught on a ruined bridge. Believing that lying motionless might save him, he curls up and waits. The drone operators first attempt to pressure him with close flybys, but when he doesn't move, they commit to the strike. The drone circles, finds the optimal angle, and then detonates with precision. The attempt at deception fails. Footage shows 3 soldiers attempting to cross the same destroyed bridge. The first FPV drone targets 2 men walking side by side and neutralizes them with a single strike. Reconnaissance confirms the impact and verifies the result. The third soldier tries to take cover inside the bridge structure itself, thinking the ruins will hide him, but the drone operator notices the movement. Flying low and steady, the drone delivers a direct strike to his position, ending the attempt. Two enemy fighters attempt to flee across an open field on a motorcycle, racing at full speed. A Ukrainian FPV drone locks onto them, though striking a moving vehicle is no easy task. The first attack narrowly misses, forcing the riders to push their bike even harder. On the second approach, the drone detonates nearby, throwing the motorcycle off balance. The driver loses consciousness, leaving the passenger to stumble forward in desperation. To complete the strike, additional drones armed with small munitions release precise drops on their position. The blasts wound the fugitives but fail to finish them. Moments later, a second FPV drone is deployed. This time, the operator executes a flawless strike. One hit is all it takes to end the pursuit and neutralize both riders. In another dramatic scene, four enemy soldiers attempt to move across open terrain on a three-wheeled motorcycle. Overloaded and vulnerable, their pace offers little protection. The distinct buzz of an approaching FPV drone grows louder. Two of the men recognize the threat in time, leaping off and scrambling for cover. The others, still on the vehicle, have no chance to react. The drone strikes the motorcycle directly, triggering an explosion that engulfs it in flames. From above, reconnaissance footage records the entire sequence: the rapid attempt to move, the sudden impact, and the complete destruction that follows. In another episode, a Ukrainian reconnaissance drone detected 3 Russian soldiers sheltering inside a civilian garage, believing they were unseen. After confirming their presence, the decision was made to equip the drone with an explosive payload and direct it into the structure. The strike resulted in the garage's destruction and the loss of life among those inside. Shortly after, another Russian hideout was identified in a basement after one careless soldier revealed its location. A Ukrainian drone was dispatched into the confined space, where it detonated among those inside, neutralizing the threat. In a separate strike, another Russian soldier was discovered attempting to conceal himself inside a residential home, believing he would remain unnoticed. The video opens with Ukrainian Security Service Special Forces on the move during a combat mission. While advancing in their vehicle, they suddenly come under threat from an enemy FPV drone closing in. Realizing the danger, the soldiers react instantly, stopping the car, dismounting, and opening fire with small arms. Their response is calm, precise, and disciplined. Within moments, accurate fire hits its mark, detonating the drone midair before it can reach the vehicle. With the threat neutralized, the special forces regroup, remount their vehicle, and continue their mission without delay. Meanwhile, the Magyar Birds unit deployed reconnaissance drones to track 2 Russian infantrymen moving cautiously through a forest strip. Dressed in full combat gear, they attempted to reach their positions undetected. Traveling in pairs, they drew the attention of Ukrainian operators, who waited patiently for the right moment to strike. Forced to hide beneath branches and greenery, the soldiers believed they had found cover, but their location had already been relayed. Acting with precision, the first Ukrainian FPV drone closed in, striking its target and eliminating 1 soldier instantly. The operation was coordinated seamlessly between the FPV operator and the supporting reconnaissance UAV. A second FPV drone was then launched against the remaining Russian soldier. His body armor absorbed part of the impact, giving him just enough time to retreat toward his trenches. Reconnaissance footage from above showed he was wounded and struggling. A follow-up drone strike was dispatched with precision, striking directly inside the trench. By then, the soldier had already removed parts of his armor, leaving him fully exposed. The final hit ended the engagement, ensuring no survivors. Amidst the ruins of abandoned buildings, a lone Russian soldier was searching the area. Meanwhile, an FPV one-way attack drone had already been launched, with the operator swiftly directing it toward the Russian infantryman's last known location. As the drone released its payload near the area, the opposing soldier panicked and attempted to flee. However, it was too late. The FPV drone locked onto its target, performing sharp maneuvers as it closed in rapidly. Just before escaping, the soldier made a desperate attempt to evade, but it resulted in a powerful explosion. An FPV drone operated by Ukraine's 414th UAV Brigade, the Birds of Magwa, chased a Russian soldier riding a scooter. The Russian soldier didn't notice the drone rapidly approaching from behind for a long time and became its direct target. First, a kamikaze drone strike hits the target. Afterwards, a Russian soldier emerges from the rubble and takes cover in the basement of a destroyed house. This time, Ukrainian forces hold their fire. Since the soldier is unarmed and poses no threat, they choose to capture him alive instead. The FPV drone scans the battlefield, gliding over abandoned Russian trenches as it searches for prey. After a short sweep, its sensors lock onto a Russian soldier. Caught off guard, he has no time to react, no chance to flee. In an instant, the drone dives in and strikes, turning the ambush into a deadly success. A Russian assault group on motorcycles was rapidly advancing toward Ukrainian defensive positions when they were unexpectedly struck by a drone. They immediately dismounted and tried to find cover, but there was nowhere to hide. Before they could reach a building, the soldiers were hit by a loitering drone strike. Two soldiers attempted to escape in a different direction, believing they had gotten away. When they took cover under a tree, drones quickly tracked their position and neutralized them. In the steppe regions, a lone Russian infantryman is detected moving cautiously across open ground toward his positions. He walks slowly, listening for any sound, fully aware of the danger above. The tall grass and scattered trees provide cover, making detection and targeting difficult as he tries to stay concealed. Still, Ukrainian operators track him relentlessly. Despite the challenge, the FPV drone locks onto his position in the bushes and delivers a precise strike, eliminating the soldier. The strike sends a clear signal of drone dominance on the battlefield. Operators emphasize the effectiveness of surveillance in such terrain, and the incident underscores the vulnerability of exposed infantry units. Each movement is monitored, leaving little chance of survival. Once again, technology proves decisive in frontline engagements. A Ukrainian FPV drone targeted and destroyed a Russian civilian-style vehicle carrying enemy troops through a city. With a single strike, both the driver, the passenger, and the vehicle were eliminated. Another Russian civilian car moving toward frontline positions was also severely damaged by a Ukrainian drone, halting its advance. A Russian motorcyclist speeding along the road was intercepted and destroyed in similar fashion. Additionally, a UAZ Buchanka van transporting Russian soldiers was struck mid-journey. The Ukrainian FPV drone hit decisively, destroying both the vehicle and its occupants. Follow-up footage confirmed the van was completely destroyed, with no survivors remaining. An abandoned Russian armored personnel carrier, APC, was discovered on the roadside. Ukrainian FPV drone operators quickly identified the vulnerable open hatch and directed a drone straight inside. The resulting explosion tore through the interior, destroying the vehicle completely. Using drones equipped with dropped munitions, Ukrainian forces successfully eliminated another Russian reconnaissance UAV lying in wait for targets. A compilation highlights multiple such strikes, showcasing the systematic destruction of Russian drones. These UAVs are often deployed in large numbers to identify Ukrainian cities for artillery or Shahid attacks. Each reconnaissance drone eliminated not only reduces the enemy's surveillance capability but also increases the safety of Ukrainian civilians. Attention then shifts to the destruction of Russian drones hidden near roadways, lying in wait to ambush unsuspecting targets. Ukrainian forces identified one of these loitering drones and neutralized it before it could strike. A compilation then shows multiple Russian ambush drones being eliminated in similar fashion. Though this tactic is relatively new, Ukrainian reconnaissance proves highly effective, detecting and destroying such threats before they can be deployed against frontline units or civilian areas.